I know what a lot of you are thinking. This is just some stupid excuse to play Mario Land 2. Wario stealing all my crap? Yeah, it kinda is.
I forgot to do a live action joke here. It was gonna have like a flail and everything like that, so instead you get Batman eating soup. Back to the review.
After the success of Mario Land 2 was developed for the Game Boy. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, who the heck is this Wario character? Nope, nobody's thinking that, I know. Wario actually first debuted in this particular game due to the creators of Mario Land and Mario Land 2 desiring to really work with their own character. That's why the third Mario Land starred Wario instead of Mario, because they'd rather just work with their own stinking character and not have to deal with the legacy of Mario. That's also why Mario Land and Mario Land 2 are considered to be kind of oddball entries. But, if you're going to do Mario Land, you should honestly always do Mario Land 2 as well. So, what do I have to look forward to here? Well, apparently to get back into my own stinking castle, I gotta collect a bunch of coins, spread around a bunch of boss fights. Where did Wario hire boss fights? One of these guys is that weird-looking alien that I fought way back in Mario Land. I can't remember his name. Anyway, we're gonna take every coin. We're gonna take down Wario, and by the end of all this, I'm getting all my stuff back. Ladies and gentlemen, without delaying any further, let's take on Wario! So the plot starts up like this. Wario steals Mario's castle while Mario is dealing with something named Tatanga way back in Mario Land. See, that's why I had to do these plots together, because the plots are interconnected. While Mario is helping Princess Daisy and dealing with Tatanga, Wario is literally jacking all of Mario's things. Tatanga, turns out, is actually a minion of Wario's. Ha! Go figure. Mario has to collect 8 coins in all these strange lands to get back into his castle and hopefully take the place back over from the anti-Mario Wario. That's it. I will give props where props are due. It's definitely a unique story for Mario standards, which is nice at least. No Bowser, no princess, just Mario getting his crap back. Although, who knew a plumber had a castle? What happened to Peach? I thought she had a castle. Huh. In fact, Mario's home never looks like a castle again. Oh, that's interesting. Is Mario leading a double life? That would explain why he's cheating on Peach with Daisy. Good grief. Nah, nothing explains why Mario would cheat on Princess Peach with Daisy. I've seen her in kart racing games. It's not good, people. Yeah. Speaking of characters, let's just move on. So while I've brought up Daisy a couple of times, she's not actually in this particular game. But keep in mind, this ties into the last game of Mario Land, where Mario was cheating on Princess Peach with Princess Daisy, and yeah, that's why I'm bringing her up. But she's not actually in the game. Tatanga's in the game, but not nearly as fearsome as he was in the last game, not that he was all that bad in the last game to begin with. And you have the new guy, Wario! Yeah, he's basically a really fat version of Mario, and Mario's already kind of bigger to begin with, to say the least. But yeah, Wario, he steals Mario's power-ups and uses them against Mario, and that's it. You don't really... Other than that, you don't really see much of Wario. I mean, you can see him in the castle where he's just kind of up on top doing who knows what, but yeah, that's about it. All the other characters are about just as bland. They're one-shot bosses, and That's it. That's all you get. None of them are even returning bosses, except for, of course, Tatanga. As for Mario, he's about as lively as a piece of cardboard. Maybe some driftwood. Nah, I've seen driftwood. It has way more personality than Mario. But it's a Game Boy game. What are you going to do? You can't just have huge dynamic stories and characters and all sorts of stuff like that. Unless it's an RPG. And this is a platformer, so But yeah, really you don't get to know these characters all that much. It's odd Wario even left any type of impression after this game. But he became a fan favorite and definitely started his own game afterwards, which I'll cover at a later date. We'll deal with Wario games later. But yeah, there's really not much here in the way of characterization at all. Kind of a shame, really. So let's talk about the gameplay for a second. Mario jumps on enemies. Okay, that's pretty not original, but hey, it's Mario. Mario gets a star and he can plow through a bunch of enemies. Cool! He can collect coins for prizes. You can actually, like, go gamble. Oh, let's see here. Things to do. Oh, Mario's spin jump is actually in this game as well. Yeah, you thought it was a Super Mario World exclusive? Nah, it shows up here. And then you got basic power-ups, like Mario's mushroom. Yeah, Mario can grow bigger. No surprises there. He's got a fire flower, and unlike the last Mario Land game, it's not just some random ball that bounces around the screen. It's actually a fireball. The graphics in general actually look better, so it's easier to tell what the heck things are. But yeah, it's just a fireball that shoots and bounces like a typical fireball would. And Mario's new power-up, the carrot, gives Mario bunny ears that can fly. What's up with characters and bunny ears that can fly? Ugh, first Cream the Rabbit, now Mario? Actually, this predates Cream the Rabbit, doesn't it? Eh, crud. All in all, the gameplay functions actually really well. Other than a bit of a screen crunch, so it's kind of hard to tell when things are above you or below you or, you know, you're going to run into them. There's really not much issues with the game entirely when it comes to gameplay. And if there were issues with the screen crunch, that would go into level design, which I'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, the game functions really well. Actually, this is a pretty decent game when in standards of gameplay, which is nice. It's good. It's definitely a stark improvement over the last one, that's for sure. So let's talk about some of these levels. Some of them are incredibly interesting. They're unique to Mario standards. You got the moon, space. Yeah, this predates Mario Galaxy's journey into space. You have some Halloween themes. You got a submarine. Wait, none of these are even classic Mario stages. No, everything is totally original in this game. It's bizarre, it's weird, and honestly, it's not bad. There are obviously some more boring levels, but for the most part, the levels are actually really good in this game. So that's definitely a plus. However, and yes, there is a big however, there is one level that has cheap bullcrap littered throughout it, and that would be the final level, and it is a long final level with no checkpoints. There is no stinking checkpoints in this game at all, which is fine for the other levels because, no offense, but they're kind of piss easy. The final level, however, ramps up the difficulty to absurd amounts, and you just gotta memorize the level. That's the only way to actually beat the level, is to completely memorize it. There are traps that if you walk over a specific tile, it'll activate a trap where you have to take a hit. This alone could kill you if you don't know where the traps are, and when you die, you've got to restart all the way back at the level. Not only that, but it's a long level too, so it's just absolutely pleasant trying to blow through this level. Ugh. And then, you gotta fight Wario at the end of it. Oh, you think you got to Wario? Well, at least that's a checkpoint. No, you die from Wario, you restart all the way back at the beginning of the freaking level. Now, one level is bullcrap. It's horrid. The difficulty spike is stupid. And, like, the final boss fight with Wario's fine. It's actually a good boss fight, it really is. But, holy crud, the crap that you gotta get to get there. And if, heaven forbid, you actually die once you get to Wario. Because you're going all the way back to the start. Good luck. But, outside of that one really pesky level at the end, which puts a kind of a damper at the end of the entire journey, honestly, the rest of the levels are perfectly fine. You know, the worst offense about them is that some of them can be kind of bland and forgettable. But for the most part, they're really unique, really interesting, and highly creative. So, yeah, that's good. Oh, and did I mention that there are some secret levels? So, yeah, there are some secret levels in this particular game. Each area has its own secret level. I think there's one area that doesn't have a secret level, and one area has 2 secret levels to compensate for it. They're not the hardest to find. They basically take you to shortcuts to the bosses, and, you know, you can go and beat the actual levels for whatever purpose you may have. They're not bad levels by any means, but, you know, beating everything doesn't really net you anything either. So, yeah, these secret levels, they're just basically shortcuts to the boss fight. That's about it. But, you know, it's always fun to find secret levels. I mean, if you find the secret exit and get to the secret level, hey, you got more Mario Land 2 to play, and if you really love the game, that's good news. If you don't specifically like the game, well, at least these secret levels are shortcut to the bosses so you can beat the game faster. Ha! Yep, that's about all I got. Overall, Mario Land 2 is a pretty decent game. You'll find that I enjoyed it quite a bit more than the original Mario Land, that's for sure. But I think this game can actually stand on its own, and I see why a lot of people actually really enjoy the game. The plot and the characters are nothing to write home about, but it's a platformer in the 90s. What do you expect? None of the storylines to those platformers were really all that dramatic or great. So, I can kind of give them a little pass. But the gameplay is Mario from front to back. The levels are certainly not Mario, but they're creative, they're fun, and they're memorable. The power-ups are pretty decent, too. The carrot? Actually, really good power-up. I actually enjoy it a lot. And let's see here. You got plenty of secrets to deal with. I mean, you can go find extra levels, which can get you to the boss fights faster. If you like that kind of thing, hey, there's plenty here. And it's always nice to find a secret exit and be rewarded for it, too. Especially if you're just trying to beat the game, or if you're trying to complete the game, there's plenty of content to go through, although there's no reward for doing it all. All in all, it's a pretty decent time. So Mario Land 2 gets an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching my review on Mario Land 2. Sauron takes on Wario. If you want to see more content, feel free to hit that subscribe button and maybe that bell to notify it when I have new content up available. I do reviews and, you know, other videos, first-time impressions for video games, and just kind of plays in general. By the way, I have started a Twitch channel by the time this video comes out. So the link to that Twitch channel, because I, you know, live stream roughly twice a week. Sometimes once a week, but mostly twice a week. And the link to that is in the description below, along with my Twitter and Facebook page, because I post on there regularly on what I'm doing and what my next stuff is. And overall, it's nice to have my treasure back from Wario. Ugh, that's the last time I hire some greedy fat guy. Maybe. We'll see. But now that I have everything back, ladies and gentlemen, my next review will be Super Mario Galaxy 2. And if you guys want to see my Super Mario Galaxy review, the link into this is in the description below as well. I don't know how to do the little links on the videos yet. The caption. I'm working on it. I'm still learning, guys. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. As always, take care, my minions. I'll see you in the galaxy. Ah! Ha 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 ha! Oh, that laugh is always fun to do. Bye-bye.